This is composted cow manure. It doesn't have a strong smell, enhances the soil structure. It's really broken down, it's really dark, there's pieces of wood in here. Hey everyone, I'm Angelique and you are now tuned in to Smarter by Nature TV. In this video, I'll be talking about compost and more specifically, composted cow manure. We're preparing for our fall season and topsoil spinach is the next green we're gonna plant. We need to make new soil mix, so this round we're gonna be adding composted cow manure. During our growing journey, we've experimented with different compost. We've used mushroom compost, we've used earthworm castings, liquid fertilizer made from plants, and in this video, I'm gonna dive a little deeper into composted cow manure. In general, we like to use whatever is natural, whatever is organic, whatever is affordable, accessible, and lines up with our ethics. There are many types of compost that you can use. If you don't like cow manure, there's mushroom compost, there's earthworm castings. There are tons and tons of manure and composted organic matter that you can use to add to your soil, enrich the soil, promote plant health, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. We heard good things about this black cow manure and we wanted to give it a try. So our first time using it was last season, last summer, when we grew big, delicious watermelon. We started our seeds in our greenhouse, and once they were ready, we put them into the ground. So how we did that was we took a handful of compost, filled it in the hole that we dug that we're gonna put our transplant in. We mixed it with the native soil. In our case, it was sandy. Then we planted our seedling, covered it up, and then we placed hay around the base of the plant. And from there, they literally took off. After that, we did not fertilize them again. We only watered them, and of course, the rain watered them as well. And it was from that experience that we were encouraged and motivated to use composted cow manure again. So you may be wondering, what is composted cow manure? This is composted cow manure. It's very different than the fresh cow manure that's all smelly and the flies around. Notice, this has been out for about an hour now. It doesn't have a strong smell. There's pieces of wood in here, just broken down carbon, organic matter. That's all I see in here. And what I can't see are billions of bacteria and microorganisms. So we want to put this into our garden, feed our soil, feed our plants, and this is really gonna help us throughout the season. This has nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, microorganisms, just all the good things that you want in your garden. When this manure is fresh, it has high levels of ammonia, which is really the smell, the flies, all of that is in the manure when it's fresh. This is aged. They aged it by turning it over a long period of time so that it can be processed by bacteria and other microorganisms. Compost enhances the soil structure. It increases the soil's capacity to hold water. So for sandy soil that really can get just washed out, it holds the nutrients, holds the water in the soil for a longer period of time so that the plants have access to it. For clay soils, compost helps promote healthy drainage, with clay soils that have a really hard time letting the water just flow. So mixing this into your soil will help with the drainage if you have a really tough clay. Cow manure, or compost in general, is really organic matter. It's a soil amendment that you put with your vegetables. You can do it with your trees, your shrubs, your lawn, your landscaping plants. Really, plants can do so much with compost, and it doesn't have to be cow manure. This is just the one that worked for us in the past and that we're willing to try again. Compost can be mixed with your soil mix or into the ground, or it can be used as a top dressing around the base of your plant. Generally, when I handle compost, I like to use gloves. There's really no problem just using your bare hands. It's just I'm recording, and if I have a lot going on, I like to use gloves as it will hold all the stuff on there, and then I can just take the glove off and go about my business. What we're gonna do with this is mix this with our other lighter organic matter. We have a soil mix we have prepared. So we take our soil mix that doesn't have compost, that is sterile, and we introduce our compost to the mix. Generally, I like to use 1/3 to 1/2 of the soil mix, and I'll mix it in there really good. Make sure that my water is in the soil so that when I put my soil mix into my trays, I just pop my seeds in there, give them a nice water, and they're ready to go. We've learned that having a good nutrient-rich soil mix makes all the difference when you are starting your seedlings. Make sure that you put some love into your soil mix. Not all soil mix is the same, and yours doesn't even have to be the same. It's really about what do you have access to and what can you afford. Composted cow manure is just one of many composts that you can use. Do some research, find out what is in your local nursery, or find out what you can make on your own. That's all for this video. Let us know if you're curious about compost or if you've used it in the past. All right, y'all, it's raining out here. We brought in the rain, which is great. I'm loving it. My plants are loving it, but we're gonna go ahead and end this video. Thank you again for watching. Consider supporting us on Patreon, and as always, thank you for being smarter by nature.